Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. My name is Jerry, and I have the honor of being your host today. If this is your first time, we are delighted that you've chosen to join us today. With modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially through Zoom and Facebook. Please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org. Put in a prayer request and subscribe. We add our recordings to our website each week. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. This science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truth from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world. At CSL Charlotte, every philosophy is honored along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinctions. This is a diverse, open, and affirming community. There are many paths to the divine. We can call it God, peace, love, or spirit. It doesn't matter what you call it. That is totally your decision. You don't have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime. We recognize and refer to many holy scriptures such as the Bible, the Quran, and Torah, just to name a few. Our vision statement is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of individuals. One of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in the community. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet each Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So welcome everyone and enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each of us. So now I'll pass the mic over to our illustrious spiritual leader, Reverend Rosedale.
And powerful good morning to everyone. Welcome. By the way, I noticed there's a young lady named Angelica. I would like to welcome her to us as well, especially. So, anyway, thank you to our fabulous and awesome groovy, which is Jerry Campbell. She's our MC today, and she's one fantastic with that voice. So, I love the voice. So, that all being said, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Charlotte. This is the Mind, Body, Spirit Center. And everybody here, everybody's welcome here. Okay, so welcome again. So, with that, let me tell you a little bit about our center that's coming up, a really upcoming thing, and that is called the Burning Bowl Ceremony. And that happens on Tuesday, New Year's Eve, December 31st at 6 p.m. It's the regular time that we have our consciousness meeting. So you are invited. Everyone here today, including Angelica, if she'd like to give me her email, we can have her come to be reminded. So in this Burning Bowl ceremony, I would like to say that 2024 is coming to an end, and we all know this. But then we got 2024 that starts a new chapter. 2025 that starts a new chapter in our lives. And what the burning bowl is, it's a sacred ritual of release, renewal, and transformation. So in this ceremony, it's symbolic for us to let go of 2024 and bring in 2025 with our growth, with all the possibilities that we see or desire to see ahead of us. So even though we gather online, the power of this purification and transformation transcends or goes beyond all that physical idea of the flame of the burning bowl. So come, share, reflect, write, or record what you wish to release in 2024, and let's start the vision for new you the new you in 2025. And you're going to have more clarity and confidence if you set the record straight on December 31st. Make sense? Okay. So, as far as the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is, the first thing we do is we open our spiritual community's celebration on a Sunday with an affirmative prayer. And today we have none other than our own emeritus spiritual practitioner, Maureen Thurston, aka Mo. So she's going to set the tone for us and this whole talk in her affirmative prayer. So we're talking about strengths and qualities of a tree. Now, you'll probably hear in her prayer some things that I could see always qualities in the tree, and everybody I speak to lately, because I'm all about the tree. So you'll probably see some things in her or hear some things in her prayer. But if you want prayer to learn about the strengths and the qualities of a tree, then it's nice to put in a prayer request. All you got to do is go to our website as soon as you can, right now even, and put in that prayer request. And if you have not received a prayer from Mo, you have not put in the prayer request. And she happens to be the one that's going to pray for us today. So here's the thing. You got to choose that and let Mo come on and let it rip. Mo, give it to us.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. So as we step into this service here today, with our minds and our hearts being open to the words that Reverend Rosedale is going to share with us, I know that she touches each and every one of us with her words of wisdom, with that incredible heart that she always brings to this wonderful community. I know that this service is blessed. I know that each and every one of us glean from this service what is ours to hear, that it enlightens us, that it feeds us and gives us fuel throughout the rest of the week. So I know that everything here runs smoothly and easily. And with that, I am filled with joy and with love for this amazing community. And as I release this prayer into that state of law, knowing that it is already manifesting within each and every one of our lives right here and right now, I invite each and every one of us to just lock this in for ourselves by simply stating, and so it is.
And so it is. And what I really adore so much is the simple fact that that prayer brought me right in, because you used the word love so much that I felt that energy. So thank you so much. And also that joy, that energy that you gave me brings me also joy to get started. So I'm about to really give y'all a wonderful service today. So that being said, next on our platform is our reader, Shauna Burns, aka Shauna B. She's our quiet storm. She's serving us today in a reading, and she's comparing her strengths to qualities of the trees, and I'm going to witness some healing in her today. So listen to her reading, and you'll compare the strengths of and the qualities of a tree for yourself. And I'm going to love to see what happens after you do, because she got this reading down to a science. So after her reading, listen to the song White Christmas by Otis Redding. And now compare some of your qualities to the strengths of a chair, okay? Of a tree, as soon as you get an opportunity to listen to Shauna B. Shauna B, make it do what it do.
Greetings, everyone. So today I'm reading Qualities of a Tree, written by Reverend Rosedale, aka to me, Mama Rose, and it is a prelude to spiritual practices. So imagine a tree, grounded, strong, yet flexible. Just as a tree roots itself firmly in the earth, we as spiritual beings having human experiences root ourselves through our spiritual practices. Our practices are the rich soils that grounds us, providing the stability we need to stand tall in the storms of life. Without this grounding, life can easily uproot us. Now, picture a tree. It bends, but it doesn't break. Why? Because it's flexible. It doesn't resist the wind. It dances with it. So in our lives, this flexibility is one of our greatest strengths. When we are rigid and stiff, we risk snapping under pressure. But through spiritual practice, we improve our creativity. We learn to flow with life's difficulties, to lean into the winds of change, and to stand strong. And now, let's not forget that a tree takes care of itself first. It drinks water, absorbs sunlight, and roots deeply before it gives itself to others. If a tree doesn't care for itself, it can't serve others. We are no different. Through spiritual practices, we nourish our minds, bodies, and spirits so that we can show up fully for ourselves and others. So remember, self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Trees also understand the wisdom of seasons. They know when to grow and when to rest. They don't force growth in winter or cling to the leaves that no longer serve them. Can we do the same? Can you let go? Through spiritual practice, we tune into the rhythms of life, embracing growth when it's time to expand and rest when it's time to restore ourselves. So as you journey through life, see yourself as the tree. Stay grounded through your practices, be flexible when challenges come, care for yourself so that you can give to others, and honor the seasons of your life. And when you embody these strengths and qualities, you'll discover the wisdom of a tree is the wisdom of your spirit. It is a dynamic and ever-evolving connection, rooted in practice, grounded in presence, and flowing with grace. So here's a quote by Reverend Rosedale. When we care for our spiritual health, we bear the fruit of kindness, patience, and wisdom, offering shade and nourishment to those in need. And so it is.
Have to have my music for Christmas. I have it all. I drove all the way down to Atlanta with hours of music and Christmas music and all that. And it just sets the record straight. So Merry Christmas, everyone. And have a white one, even if it's just in your imagination, because I'm not going back to New York. So anyway, we're going to start with a short centering. So relax your eyes by either looking into your lap or closing them if you choose, but it's all your choice. Because I want you to know that this is the season where I generally, this is my favorite season, but I get to trust that each and every one of us experience a bright and joyful Christmas with an understanding of the strengths and the qualities of a tree. Think about trees for the Christmas holidays. It was the semblance, first of all, of a Merry Christmas. So as we embrace the joy, let it expand and let it ripple all throughout our lives and everyone else around us. But don't just be happy just for this season. Be happy every day moving forward. And let's make Christmas, this Christmas anyway, the brightest and happiest time of our life. So we can carry this off and treat it like a springboard, actually, so that it can propel us toward greatness. It can propel us to compare ourselves to the qualities of a tree. They have so many qualities. And once you know how natural and bright the days ahead of you are, my goodness, you're going to create many more Christmases that are radiant and glowing, just like this one and better. So are you ready to actually create joy and compare yourself to the qualities and the strengths of a tree? Because I do it now, because it's all your choice. I have just one simple question though. Is it time for you to recognize the strengths and qualities of the tree is probably part of you? It's up to you. You're at choice. And you could also choose whether you'd like to use your spiritual practices to see if that all works. You heard Shauna B's reading. It has to do with spiritual practice as well. So Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you integrate your mind, body, and spirit together, you begin to float your eyes open, look around your own space, and then allow something within your space to connect you back to the present moment. And then at that time, I'm going to take a gratitude moment. And I'm going to thank you, Groovy, for being our MC with your beautiful voice. And I'm thanking you, Mo, for your incredible opening prayer that brought the love in. Because you know, love is my middle name, and this is the time of year that I use that word. So thank you, Shauna B, for reading Qualities of a Tree. Any other part of the title is A Prelude to Spiritual Practice. That's all good. And Shauna B, you really did that reading because you pointed the way straight to the strengths and qualities of a tree and spiritual practice. So just know that. So let me ask, have you ever thought of yourself as a tree? Well, I know it sounds a little odd, wouldn't you say? Or should I say, doesn't it? But anyway, I just want you to know that the more I reflect, the more I actually realize that I'm like a tree. And maybe you are too. You see, when I get my spiritual practice on, I'm grounded like a tree in the soil, right? And my roots are my values, my spirituality, and that's what keeps me steady. Now, you know, I'm a person who moves a lot because that's what I do. But you heard Shauna B's reading about how the tree bends because it's flexible. See, storms come and go, and they make the tree go right, left, forward, back, and that's being flexible. But a rigid tree breaks. Well, that's not me. I'm flexible, so I don't break. See, I'm comparing myself to the tree, if you can get what I'm doing here. Okay? You see, I bend, right? And then I remain connected to my roots. My feet aren't moving and I'm bending. And see, that's my inner being keeping me steady. And so being flexible for me makes it easy for me to bend. And I'm really literally watching my trees right out there to the right of me because I love my trees. So, did you know that Shauna B said this in the reading? Did you know that a tree cannot give shade, shelter, or oxygen if it's not healthy? It can't drink the water, soak up the sun, and whatever else she said. Oh, the sunlight. It can't thrive, right? So how can it give us that shade we need? Well, the lesson here, you heard Shauna B say that again, the lesson here is that a tree takes care of itself first. So that is what I learned how to do. I learned that lesson the hard way. See, as a spiritual leader and a coach and a human being, as I'm juggling all these different roles that I love in my life, I really literally love servicing people and doing all the things that I do. So I must take care of myself, and that makes it all the more merrier for me. So if I'm drained, here's the thing: how can I support my family, my friends, my clients, or my spiritual community? Hey, it's just like the saying goes, I can't pour from an empty cup. Neither can the tree. So I water my roots with spiritual practice. But see, the tree gets rain, it gets the sun, like we got a beautiful sunny day out there today, and it gets the sun, it gets the wind. You need that. It gets the carbon dioxide, we get the oxygen. It's just a give and take between us and nature. So I water my roots with spiritual practice. And I get food, right? That's my roots. And I get rest. And I also practice mindfulness. All of that. And the tree still standing tall. Because see, when I do that, my branches extend and they go out, and I can take these 5 fingers and work with 5 people, and that branches are going out. Then the other branches are going out on this side. It just works well. Or 5 topics. I have a whole lot of things that I need to support. So I got to do that. And then at the same time, all of the things I do with the rest and all of those wonderful things. So spiritual practice has been, for me, a powerful tool, and it helped me to create my own holistic healing, and that is what integrates my mind, my body, and my spirit. I learned how to do holistic healing by listening to what I need. If I went for a whole week last week and all I did was the only veggie I wanted, I had a desire for, I'm telling you this for a reason, was spinach. So I kept going to the store and buying it until yesterday I said, you know what? You're calling whatever those certain chemical, supplements I need out of my spinach. But I said, you're calling them. But you know what it is? It's that craving. I said, I want that spinach. Spinach is delicious the way I'm making it, guys. You just don't know. I like my own food. So anyway, I said to myself, that's you listening. That's you creating your healing through holistic ways because you know that you're not fighting it. Because you know how people say, well, I can't have the same thing every day. Well, if spirit in my mind and my body is saying, you want that spinach, and I'm really going, I want that taste. Well, baby, I have to have it. So that is what I do. And that's how you integrate the mind, the body, and the spirit. Just listen. The discipline of us listening to what we hear in here, to what our desires really are in here, especially when we are matching ourselves to the strengths and the qualities of trees, of a tree. See, me, I gain my insights from spiritual practice. And then I go through visioning, and then I take this discipline road that people will probably have a hard time, but if you keep doing it, it becomes a habit. Every single morning, I'm going to write down everything I'm doing for the day. And then I'm going to follow that. And if I think that at 9 o'clock, that's not going to be able to happen, I'm going to move it down to 1. And then I'm going to put that thing I had at 1 that maybe got in the way, and I'm going to put that and do that. So I'm not ever going to feel like, oh, you're not doing it right. I'm doing it right. It's all what I want to do, and I'm going to do it all. But that's discipline. And see, the tree is disciplined to stand there, know when it's time to chill, and know when it's time to blow with the wind. So the question I always ask myself is, am I walking in my healing journey right now, especially when things are not going right and I'm not feeling it myself? And I could say some ugly words about that, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not in that mood today. I'm in a good mood. But anyway, when things are not going right, I have to stop me and say, wait a minute, am I walking my spiritual healing right now, or am I walking the other thing that I used to do? Because I can't be that used to so-and-so, but I ain't. But that's when my discipline kicks in. I say, wait a minute, did you look at your calendar? Did you look at your schedule to see what you had to do today? So get that done instead of worrying about that. Put the stuff on the page somewhere. Write it. Okay, you don't want to write? Make a recording. Do what it takes to keep you knowing I could be doing something else besides sitting here dreaming up that. Because it's very easy to dream your worries because everything you see in your mind, you're going to see it to the letter. You bring it about. Besides that, vision takes me to the direction so that I can see it as a compass, right? I treat it as a compass, and what I see is it points me in the direction I need to go. And I just go ahead and do it. There's no, oh, you know what, I'm going to change on that one. Well, if you keep changing, you got to deal with that. So let me explain something on 3 levels. The level of a metaphor, the application, and also a takeaway, okay? So let's look at this metaphor. The roots of a tree dig really deep into the soil, and it's the anchor, right? And it provides all the nutrients that goes all the way up the tree, right? But here's the application. Our spiritual practices, prayer work, eating properly, moving the body enough is very good for us because it's like our roots. It grounds us. But here's the takeaway. I challenge you to regularly engage in some of these grounding practices so that you can maintain some balance and some inner strength. Because we got to balance ourselves. Now, see, staying grounded is really, really important while we're reaching high. Because if I got these high goals, I got to be grounded here. And a spiritually competent person has to find ways to get grounded. I'm not going to tell you you ain't going to get thrown off your ground because I'm constantly getting thrown off. If somebody says the wrong thing at the wrong time to me, you bought yourself something, right? But then I have to say, whoa, whoa, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, let's bring it back. You got to be higher than that. You see, you got this. You definitely got this way of having this insight if you can just give yourself a chance. Now, here's the deal. Now, the tree grows tall, and the taller it grows, the more strength that comes into it. And then the roots get really deeper. So the higher we get, the deeper the roots got to go. But here's the deal. If there's no basis like spiritual practice for the human, if there's no basis where the roots are going down deeper, then you're only going to get so high because you are not working it. A tree grows tall and it stays strong, but that's because of its deep roots. The taller the tree, the deeper the roots. The same thing for me. It's the same thing for me. The higher I reach my goals, the more I need to stay grounded. And if I'm not going to stay grounded, then guess what's going to happen? Then my goals suffer. And when my goals suffer, then I'm not a happy camper. And I'll be darned if I'm not going to be a happy camper. This is my job, right? So grounding myself means checking in with my core values. Am I in them right now? Am I digging my core values right now? Am I living them right at this moment? Because I have to know my purpose and I got to know what my truth is. Because if somebody here tells me something like, the world's about to come to the end. Now, come on. You think I'm going to buy your truth? See, I got to know my own. I doubt very seriously if anybody's going to run me. And I doubt very seriously and listen to me. Everybody's gearing themselves up for the sorrow they're going to have because this man's in the White House. Let me just tell you something. What's your truth? Can that man control you from here? But I'm not going there. Stand in your truth because the wind of doubt, the winds of uncertainty, the winds of fear is sure going to hit each and every one of us at very different times. And it's going to blow, bam. But I'm going to bend, boom. Because I'm standing in my roots. I'm not getting up out of my roots to worry about something that has not even happened and may not even happen. Worry is something we create. And the reason why we create it, because we can't let go of what's going to happen wrong. Stop it and stand firm. Know who you are. And like I said, when I'm standing and I'm grounded and I'm rooted, I know who I am. Now let's look at another one. The trunk of the tree. This is when I'm doing yoga or when I'm talking to people about this training, I'm calling this the trunk, right? The core. So now the trunk supports the entire body to stand. We have a thing that I really mean well when I say the tree when it's yoga, right? The tree. That tree supports us, but you got to get balanced. So you have to use your mind and do that. So here's the metaphor. The trunk supports the entire tree to stand firmly and stand tall. The trunk, right? Those beautiful roots below the hips, right? So here's the application. The core, right in the center, is where we connect with our beliefs, our values, and connection to this. I want to call it divine, but actually I think what's powerful for me is spirit. You could have whatever pronoun you want for God, but mine is spirit. So I get that stability from that spirit because that's who I say I'm listening to and conversing with 24/7. So my spiritual practice, what it does is it really strengthens my core and I'm standing tall every day. But here's the real takeaway from all of that. Just by us returning to coming back into our core values, what's happening is through that spiritual practice, we begin to remain, here's the powerful thing, centered. But guess what else? Unshakable. Just bending, but unshakable. But here's a phenomenal point about the tree too. A tree is great at knowing when to do, and when to be. So one thing about me is learning how to do was very easy. But now I learned when to do and when to be. That was important for me. That's what I got easy. So now it puts me in control of my life. Guess what? We are 100% of control, in control of our lives. Don't put the person in the president's seat in control of yours. Not so. So there are times, and I'm saying that because this is the end of the year and I want us to recognize who we are. Because I know me, when it comes to doing, sometimes it's, I'm moving full throttle, man. I got this energy, this boundless energy, and I'm flying, but I have to recognize this is winter. And then there are times when I need to chill, I need to reflect, and I need to just simply be. And when I know that I need to get my rest, I get it. When I know I need to eat, I eat. And therefore, I can just be and I can just do. And that's what a tree does. Right now, the trees are being, as they're just letting the leaves fall off more and more, because they know the spring is coming. They know that I'm going to grow them back. So if you take a little loss or take a little hit here and there, don't you want to know that you're going to bring it back? Now, I know you heard a part what Shauna B. read about a tree in the winter slowing down, and because they know that the spring is on its way. We just finished the winter solstice, the longest night of the year, and every day is going to get shorter and shorter. Every day is going to get longer and longer, sorry. So just like that, the winter is the time to gather everything you need. You don't see squirrels running around grabbing up the things they did already in the spring. I mean, in the fall. Now here we go. We're holding it up, contemplating what I'm going to be doing. That's the burning bowl. You're sitting here contemplating, okay, that didn't work out so well in 2024, so blah, 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 blah. So here's the time. We got to get that rest. This is the winter solstice. Get that rest. Because it's important that we do that. And it's also important that we take time for fun. It takes time for joy. Now, certain things about this thing called religion to me, really, if it wasn't for fear, they wouldn't be able to control people. You got to understand, there's a difference between religious and spirituality. So let's take a moment to imagine the joy and wonder, just to think about everybody, just started by imagining joy instead of the worry, right? And here's a way to do that. Let's just think of everybody in the world getting a Christmas present the way they want, exactly what they want, and it is exactly what they need. And you have also the opportunity to receive a gift that's the same thing, the same feeling that you get, and it's something you need. How great would that feel when you know that you have strength and you have the qualities of a tree and you have this gift, this special present? Who are you? Where are you? And what are you doing now? So whatever your pronoun for God is what activates that power within you to really actually start paying attention to what you are. And now, would you just take a moment to feel how it would feel if you were the recipient of a Christmas present that fills your heart with everything and it just totally lights up your world? And what if you were the giver of somebody that you made feel like how you were felt? Oh, you know where I'm going with this. You would feel awesome just to know that I made somebody else's day. Giving and receiving is a powerful thing, and especially at this time of year, but all types of the year. So just imagine the warmth and the connection that it brings between the giver and the receiver, because this next song is about all of that. And you got to really fall into this imagination and feel the high energy of this song, because it's going to inspire that spirit within you, or the spirit of giving. It's going to inspire the spirit of receiving. And stop telling people, oh, no, thank you. Receive. That's your job. This is a special time. And listen to this song called Christmas Presents. This is so powerful by King Solomon. Just listen to the words, guys. I don't know if you know how that stuff works for me. I hear Juvie back there saying, dance with me, y'all. I'm serious. This stuff really rocks my world. I mean, what? And I like the part when he said about, I'd be the biggest Santa. I'd be the world's biggest Santa Claus, because I would be seeing the joy on so many people's faces, and it would really make me so excited. So if I can just give everybody one present directly from me, wow, how powerful would I feel? Because you know why I would feel so powerful? Because I got it to give. And that's when I get back. What I get back from that is love. And see, I love it. So somewhere, remember, everybody's not getting what they want, but wish it anyway for them. Give them that opportunity. Just send out love from your hearts. And that way we can really be doing our job at Christmas. So let's Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, kick it up another notch for 2025 and start being more loving and giving up more to whatever we can give. Fantabulous. And I'm going to remind you a little bit later on about the burning bowl some more, but it's time to talk about birthdays. And you know what birthdays mean, actually. This is the day we came to be. So if we don't share our birthday, and we don't allow people to wish us well for going around the sun, you know what, it takes a lot to make it around that sun each year. All the things you have to go through and the things you learn and all of that beautiful stuff, and yet you make it every single year. You should be, oh my goodness, more than grateful. But I'm going to get off your nerves about the birthday in a minute, but I'm not going to stop telling you about how important they are, because that's the day you came to be. But here's the thing. If you want, or if you have any idea of how powerful it is to know that there is somebody grateful that you are here, then you would give us your day and your month so we can uplift you and put you in thought for that amount of time on your day that you came to be. It's important. But that's enough about the birthdays for a minute. I'll be back on you again with this next week. So anyway, with that being said, everybody, I got to give some big shout outs to our awesome and platform team this morning, because we had we had Jerry Campbell, AKA Groovy G, as our mistress of ceremony. I just like messing with her because she's just somebody I have to mess with. So anyway, she is our spiritual harmony steward. She keeps things quiet in the background. She keeps it harmonious back there. So she's taking care of us. And she's also the cleanup woman, making sure things is nice and neat. And so I have to thank her. So anyway, also our open and closing prayer person is Maureen Thurston. She is our, oh, good, saying all these words, emeritus spiritual practitioner. And she does come in and do our prayers to open us up and close us out, which she would do today. But also remember, if you have not put in a prayer request for CSL Charlotte, put it in so you can get that prayer from Mo directly to your inbox. And then thank you, Shauna B, for speaking and reading, because you did that. You did it. I loved it. You sent the message right through to me, and I just said, okay, we got this. We don't need to remember nothing, because she made it all good. She made it all happen. So with you, Alan, for doing the music and the announcements, that's just been phenomenal. And I think Timmy P was AV. And it's just been phenomenal, because Timmy P is like the pilot that flies over this whole entire community, making sure that we good to go, that we got all our ducks in a row. Hey, I'm a poet, didn't even know it. He's making sure we're good to go. We got our ducks in a row. But anyway, Mo, again, I can't thank you enough for waiting for those emails to come in to your inbox so you can send them right on back out to the people. And Timmy P also did the spotlighting for us. Everything that needs to be done, we got Timmy P. So it's just phenomenal. So before we get this last song, I want you to consider this. Today, it was all about comparing ourselves to the strengths and the qualities of a tree. Literally, I got to go for the metaphor because that's what spirituality is all about. You know, we're not doing doctrines like religious and you have to do this and recite that. No, no, I'm telling you to feel. And that's the beautiful thing. So remember, everything in nature matches us. So compare yourself to the strengths and the qualities of a tree because that is what it's all about. If we can just start comparing ourselves to what's out there to in here, because everything out there is made within us in here. Look at that first before you start reading stuff you have no understanding about or listening to people telling you things because you can feel it. That's how you learn it. So before we close out, you're going to come through and experience. But you know what? This song is going to get us to find this love that's amongst each and every one of us. And love is exactly what it takes for us to have these big desires for each other and for ourselves. So to be at that happy place, you've got to really hear that. So before Mo prays us out, let's listen to this song. Listen to it. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas. But I'm giving you a command and a demand now. Have yourself a merry, not little Christmas, but a Merry Christmas. And enjoy it. But do come back here and start your new year. I told you I was a poet and didn't even know it. So anyway, I'm going to allow Mo to pray us out now. Mo, would you do us the honors?
Absolutely. So as we close out this amazing service here today, I know that each and every one of us go into this week with a heart that is lighter, with a sense of excitement and joy for this amazing holiday season. And as we embrace this time of Christmas and giving and loving and family, we do so with ease, with grace, and with the simplicity of just knowing that as we come from the heart, we connect to those around us and give of the truth of who we are. It is all done with ease and with grace and with simplicity. So as I release this and I let it go, I know that each one of us goes into this time of celebration with a heart open, a mind that is filled with wonder and with incredible joy and love for all of our families, friends, and relatives that are going to be around us, and for those who are at a distance. I release, I let go, I let God, knowing that it is done and knowing that it is already manifesting itself right here and right now within this amazing community. And we can lock this in together by simply saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Easy peasy. Nice and simple. Good, good, good. So it's time to go. So as we wrap up our time today, and we actually really think about it, let's practice comparing ourselves to the strengths and the qualities of a tree and watch the strength come through us too. So get some rest, but keep living and take that time to compare your strengths to the qualities of a tree. And make sure that you're at our burning bowl ceremony on December 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can begin to clear the path for the new beginnings that are going to await you in 2025. So come, make sure you prepare your space with some candles, bring your reflections, and join us because this is a powerful practice of renewal for all of us. So remember, the universe is constantly supporting us in everything that we do. You just got to look for the support. You got to recognize it. And until we meet again, start comparing your strengths to the qualities of a tree. And until next time, take good care.